The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to another QuoteWerks 101, our regular series of short presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of QuoteWerks. And in this session, I'm going to cover quote revisions. So you've done your original quote, then the customer comes back, wants some changes made, or you want to create some changes in your sales quotation. How do you do that with QuoteWerks? Hello, my name is Tim Wilmot and my company Wizard Systems. We're a specialist CRM systems supplier who help small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing, and customer service through the use of simple and affordable solutions like QuoteWerks. Now, this presentation will be about 10 minutes or so long. The quote revision process is very, very simple. We do offer full training on QuoteWerks if you want to explore that with us, and I'll cover that very shortly. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and I'll cover those at the end. Probably best to type them in as you think of them. Also, at the end, I'll give you an update on the current QuoteWerks product news as of June 2020, and this call is being recorded. After the presentation, you will get an email from our system with a link to recording, and it will be on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, just a brief mention about my company, Wizard Systems. We're a top and leading supplier of QuoteWerks. We provide a complete solution around QuoteWerks. So we provide the product, any upgrades, add-ons. We integrate it to a number of leading CRM solutions. We provide any kind of training that you'd like with QuoteWerks. Currently, we're sort of in lockdown, June 2020 in the UK, so that training is online, but very interactive. Soon we'll be back at our Bristol base and our training rooms when it's safe to do so. And we do provide a full permanently manned help desk support service as well, ready to answer any questions that you've got. Okay, quote revisions then in QuoteWerks. So this is a quote I've created already. As you may know, in the top title bar of the window, when you save the quote, you'll see there the current quote number. So this is quote number 1004. So imagine this quote's gone to the customer, but they want some changes made before they can place an order. So very simply, you would go to a revised quote, but maybe you want to retain, normally you would want to retain the existing quote, the current, the original quote. So anyway, I click on the revision button there on my QuoteWerks toolbar. Up comes a little box prompting the user, do you want to delete the previous revision? Well, no, I don't. And do you want to update the expiry date of the quote? As you may know with QuoteWerks, you can actually force it whenever you put in and create a new quote. You can define the quotation expiry date. For example, if it's in 30 days time from the quote date, that will go in automatically for you. So they can be adjusted there. Click OK. I'm now on a new quote revision. The quote has been revised, and we can see there on the top title bar, a number has been added to, a suffix has been added to the quotation number. So that can actually be changed to a letter if you want it to. The default is a number. You can change that in your options. So now I can change anything I want to on that quote, take items off, add items, click into these different cells here. Maybe this client wants a quantity of 4. Maybe we've agreed a little bit of extra discount on this item here, so I can type that in. Any changes, no problem at all. You would then save the quote and re-email it back to the customer or upload it to Quote Valley if you're using the online delivery and sharing capability of QuoteWerks for them to see that revision. Now, all along the way, you can view your document revisions. If you ever you're going through a cycle of different revisions, you can always go back to those very easily and see all of those quote revisions. So I could quickly, if I wanted to, jump to the original one just to take a little peek to see what that was actually like. So a very simple, easy way of managing your quote revision process whilst retaining the original quote. You will always be able to go back to those by default, and a great way of quickly changing that quote and getting it back to the customer to hopefully get your order. So that's the quote revision process in QuoteWerks, very straightforward. Now I'd like to answer any of your questions we normally do in our weekly sessions. We have a Q&A around this particular topic, or indeed any QuoteWerks question you might have. So please type that into the question box on your meeting control panel. So question from Helen, first of all, can you delete a revision? Yes, you can. So you open up the document, you open up that quote revision, and then from your file menu, you can select delete. That will delete it. So it will go. Question from Andre. How would you highlight what has been changed to the customer? Well, you do have, okay, so a couple of answers here. You can highlight lines in your quotation with different colors, but that's really for your eyes only. So if this is to be made visible to the customer, well, maybe you need to reference that in the email that goes out through QuoteWerks. So I hope the customer can remember what they wanted to be changed. But you could, obviously, when you're emailing the quote or putting up on Quote Valet, you've got the email template, you've got the automatic email that comes up. Maybe you do a little reference in there to bring their attention to that. Simon, what happens if I change the quote before selecting revise? Will it start again? Okay, well, if you've got the original quote and you make changes to it, your system may be, depending on your options, may have auto saved that. So it would be normal practice to you retrieve the quote and then revise it straight away. So you're not, if I understand your question right, so you're not actually accidentally putting the changes into the original quote. You want to keep that as is. It was sent to the customer. That's what it was. You revise as well. You click on that revision button and make your changes from there. Okay, don't think there's any more questions coming through. Thanks very much for those. So just a quick update on QuoteWerks news for you. We're currently delivering all of our training online right now because of the current pandemic, but hopefully things will get back to normal soon, and we'll advise you of that. But any training you want on QuoteWerks, please contact us. The current version of QuoteWerks is 5.5. Within the version, you've got different builds. So 4.06, you must have an upgrade maintenance program, a UMP, which is an annual, a little annual fee that you can pay to us to get QuoteWerks upgrades. So please contact us for details if you're on an older version there. So we run these sessions every week. There's loads more up on our YouTube channel as well on different QuoteWerks topics. But if you've got any suggestions, if you're a QuoteWerks user or want to know more about a particular capability of QuoteWerks and doing sales quotes in a really easy way, then please email me, Tim Wilmot at tim@wizard-systems.com. There's our other contact details and our YouTube channel as well, Wizard Systems, all one word. Thanks very much for your time. Catch up with you same time next week on another QuoteWerks topic.